Hey everybody, welcome back to The Ride with Lance. And here's another episode of, I guess you're going to call it Garage Talk. But I wanted to talk about safety gear, personal safety gear when you're on your ride. And I just wanted to go over the things that I take on my different various types of rides. And let's just get into it. So, if I'm just riding locally, just around the neighborhood here, I do not take a whole lot. I mean, I take my helmet, for sure, a pair of gloves, and some sunglasses for eye protection. Now, the reason I only take this, because I'm local, and I let my wife know where I'm going every time, if it's even a local ride or if it's out on like an adventure ride or just like a long bike review ride. But she knows where I am. I do have my phone. I always take my phone on all my rides. So if I run into any problems, personally, like I crash or something and maybe need a little help or something with the bike happens, I'm always somewhere where she can drive up and just pick me up. But that's what I wear. I always wear gloves just because you never know. You never know when you're going to fall down. And what happens when you fall down? You always put your hands down, right? Better tearing up some gloves than getting road rash on your palms or cutting up your hands. And I always wear sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, just another form of eye protection because depending on the time of day you ride or even where you live, you might have a lot of bugs. And I've seen a few guys, especially at my work, who would ride motorcycles to work and they wouldn't wear any eye protection. And one time, one guy came in and I had to help him get this big old bug that hit him in the eye and got stuck underneath his eyelid out because he couldn't do it himself. So I always wear eye protection no matter where I go and what type of riding I'm doing. Now, this is the summer setup right here. These are thinner gloves so they breathe and they keep my hands from sweating and getting all slippery on the grips. But in the wintertime, I have more of some thermal gloves. These are ones that are from North Face, and these are good for my area. These are good down to about 20 degrees. Depending on where you live, you may need bigger gloves, but also get yourself a pair of warm winter gloves if you plan on riding in the winter. So that would be my setup pretty much for safety gear when I'm just riding locally. Helmet, gloves, depending on the time of the year, and sunglasses. Now, why do I use polarized? Well, just to keep the glare down. I know some bikes you can't see the display if you have polarized, but you can if you have regular sunglasses. These are also prescription, because I wear glasses. They help me see. Okay, so now on this side over here, this is what I have when I do my adventure riding. When I'm going out into the hills, out on some dirt trail somewhere, this is what I'll take with me, and I'll go through it. But again, the first thing I do is let my wife know where I'm going to be. And if I can tell her what the name of the trail is, I'll tell her that too. This way, if I don't come home, I don't answer the phone after a certain amount of time, she can call the authorities, the ranger, the park ranger, if it's a state park, and say, hey, my husband hasn't checked in. I'm a bit worried about him. This is the trail he's on, so they know exactly where to look. But what I do take with me is I'll either wear, these are waist packs. I'll either wear this one or this one. Now, what's the difference? This one has like suspenders, shoulder straps. This one doesn't, but I like this one better. So I'll take one of these. Definitely take several bottles of water. Now, these are metal, so I don't have to keep taking plastic and always, recycling. So I fill these up and take them with me. And if it's a really hot day and I think I'm going to be really gone for a long time, I'll take a few more and then put them inside. But the other things I do take with me, definitely first aid kit. I've had to use this already, but it's good to have. Now, this is not going to help you if you have a major injury, but it does help with, you know, if you fall down, you get scrapes, you got stuff to clean it, you got band-aids to put on there, and it does have bandages for, you know, a bigger boo-boo if you have it. But I always have that with me, and like I said, I've already had to use it, unfortunately, but I have. And what else do I carry? I carry tools. Tools for the bike. Now, why am I showing you 2 bags of tools? Because if you ride with multiple bikes like I do, you need to take the tools that are for that bike. Like this set right here, this one is for the Velotric mountain bike. It's got some different tools than, say, the Velotric Discover 2 or the Lectric mountain bike or even the trike or the rad. You need to make sure you take tools that fit your bike. So if you have multiple bikes, make sure you take the tools that fit the bike you're riding. Otherwise, you might find yourself in a pickle. Now, when I'm fat tire riding, I do take a spare tube. I haven't had to change a flat tire out there yet because I do put flat out in all the bikes I get, just to, you know, give a little more peace of mind, a little more safety, so to say. So far, no flat tire. I mean, I've had a flat tire, but I didn't have any flat out in the tire. And fortunately, it was the end of the ride, and we were on pavement. But Katrina had it on her rad, 2 flat tires at the same time, because she ran over some of those goat head thorns, and they just, man, those things are just like nails. But after that, I put flat out in both her tires, flat out in all the other tires that on the bikes that I use regularly. And I would suggest that if your bike doesn't come with any type of tire sealant, I would highly suggest you invest in some flat out to put in your tire, just to give you a little more peace of mind. It does work. What else do I take? Sunscreen. Now, I don't take this big one with me. I do have a smaller one that I keep in my bag. I think it's in my truck right now. But I do take sunscreen, because if you go out to some places and you're in some of the exposed areas, you'll get cooked. You'll get cooked. Even in the winter. Remember that. It doesn't need to be hot out to get sunburned. It could be, you know, 20 degrees out, but you have a nice sunny day. That will get you too. What else do I take? Air pump. Right here. Air pump. Because you never know when you're going to get a flat tire. And if you get a flat tire, say that flat out didn't work for some reason, or you didn't put flat out in there, but you did carry a spare tire and you're able to change it, well, you need something to pump it up. Now, I know this is a big one. I will be getting a smaller one since they're making them smaller now. But I do take this in the bag just to have a little peace of mind. And you also never know that when you get out there, you may say, wow, I have not enough air in my tires. I need a little more air in my tires. And then you have this with you to do it. What else do I carry? Well, I think that's about it. Really. I think that's about it. But one of the biggest things I do is I make sure somebody knows where I'm going. So if I don't call in, or if I don't show up back home, they know where to tell authorities to look. Now, I've never had that happen yet, but it is always a good idea to let somebody know. Hey. So if you don't know, I'm in my garage. The garage door's open, and I just saw my neighbor riding by on a bike and gave me a wave, so I'm saying hi. You know, being friendly. I think that's pretty much it. Yes. Always make sure you wear a helmet. I know there's some who don't want to, and that's your right, but I've already smacked the back of my head on falls twice now. And if I wasn't wearing a helmet, both of them would have probably caused severe concussions. So protect yourself. At least helmet, glasses, sunglasses, even riding goggles, if you have to. You want to protect those eyes. They're very vulnerable if you're not wearing anything. And gloves to protect your hands and just keep your hands from sweating on the grips. Well, that's it. So what I want you to do is, if you have suggestions, if there's other stuff you carry on yours, put it in the comments. Let everybody know what you carry for safety. All right. You have a great day, a great ride, a great week, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.